Is it dark in here? Is it just... Oh, there we go. A little light. All right. What's up, gentlemen? Whistle Pig 12 Custom Adventure Drives blend. And what was a minute ago a frosted Whistle Pig glass for a Thanksgiving drink with y'all. Don't judge. So what we got here? I like the bespoke blend that's coming out of it. The bespoke blend of the Whistle Pig is lovely. But hello. I hope you guys are all having a good Thanksgiving. And I was going to be going live usually Friday nights, but as things start opening up, I'll start switching it to like Wednesday nights. I think when I finish my drinking room in my basement, um, I'm gonna do like a Whistle Pig Wednesday because that gives me a reason to do something on Wednesday. There's never any football on Wednesdays. Nothing ever happens on Wednesdays. It's the middle of the week. Everybody could use a break. So I'll probably do drinking around the barrel in my whiskey room, which is going to be proper. Let me show you this. Wish I could like share my screen. I'm sure I can, but I don't know how. What? Where is... I guess this is sort of like the most up to date with the brick ceiling. It's called the groin vault, the brick in the back. In between all those things is going to be reclaimed wood. I've got these like whiskey shelves going in, so that's going to be good. There are certain people here that may remember that I was planning on being in my house by Thanksgiving. That is not happening. Now I'm shooting for like Christmas. I'd like to be in by Christmas. But cheers to all of you. Let's see. Yes, new sorted episode will be coming out tomorrow night. It's pretty much why I'm not going to go live. It's not like I'm not going to be here. I'm just not going to like drop the episode, which I want to go live around 4, but I haven't gotten my draft upload yet. So if I haven't got my draft upload up yet, I'm not going to count on getting it up by 4. Hopefully it's done and up and posted by 7 or 8 o'clock. Alyssa's down in Miami. I was just down there with her. I like this sweater. This is not a sweater. This is just like just a go-to like cheap shirt. I think it's Old Navy. Solid $15 will get you a nice comfortable shirt. Yeah, but anyway, I had a little bit of interesting stuff going on at my house today. I got my Ring doorbell, and like I see on my doorbell, like there's activity. I've got it zoned out, so it's only stuff that's actually on my property that I see. And somebody backed onto my property and like opened the bed of their pickup truck and just dumped a bunch of garbage. And I'm like, come on, man. And I guess it's Thanksgiving, so it's easy to know that nobody will be there. But he was far enough away that I couldn't get his plate. But maybe I'll make a video about it tomorrow morning or Saturday or something. Just frustrating. I'd love to find out who does it because it's like the worst person. They're hustling too. It's not like they planned on or they knew they or thought they were able to do that because they were like running back to the truck after they dumped everything. Dry skin on my lips. Let's see. Let's see. How is the best to meet Rob Spaghetti in real life? I used to do the auto shows. That was an easy way to find me. If you want to flag me down, I mean, I'm always at my shop, or sometimes, most of the time, I'm at my shop. More so in the summer when I guess I'm not because I'm traveling a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Best way to meet me is to just show up and schedule a time that I'm there. And always let me know that you're going to be coming by, because if you just show up and I'm doing something, I may not be able to help out. Let's see. Sorted. Good. Hurricane Evo just got to the shop. Um, when did I decide to be my own boss? No, that's a good question. Jake asks. I actually, when I was in college, I tried to get a job, and I thought I was pretty smart. So I went to, ultimately, I tried to get a job, sent out a bunch of resumes, zero, nothing, no callbacks. And I was like, let me go to a headhunter, because they're like tied into all these businesses. And even the headhunter, like, hey, anything, nothing. And I'm like, is there anyone that'll just give me a shot? I'm not even asking for like a certain salary. I had no expectations. I was just saying, like, somebody give me a shot, and then I can like accelerate my way through the ranks of a company or whatever, if they just gave me a chance to prove what I was able to do. Didn't get any bites, so I decided to start figuring out how to make money on my own, and yada yada yada. Now I'm drinking whistle pig. Hair Platinum says, "Here's $2 since nobody rented the C8." I had somebody who wanted it; they just didn't end up taking it. And then the guy who had the G63 ended up being available, but the guy was a no-show, but he paid for it anyway. So that's not a big deal. Dig a hole in the yard, then cover it with plywood and dirt. Nope. Does sort of have a prize at the end, or just bragging rights? Yeah, you get an adventure drive spot on one of the trips, so it's like 10 or 12 grand. Merch sales. There's merch. If you guys want merch, I don't know. It's so cheesy to do the Black Friday stuff, but I'll see if I can do a coupon code or something for that. The merch is funny because like I gotta see how much I have left. I try not to overstock because I got so tired of like staring at tens of thousands of DVDs and everything like that. I just ended up like just making stuff to order now. That's why I do like limited runs on things. But if I do have shirts, maybe I'll put something up and I'll do it tomorrow morning. You'll see the promo codes. I can't do promos for the sorted merch, but if you want to grab yourself a sorted shirt, those things are cool. The sorted shirts and hats are nice. I like the big logo over the small logo on the sorted hats. But those are sortedornot.com/shop. So check that out. I've got a Aventador price for 3 days. It's $24.50 a day. 3 days, figure like $6,200, $6,300. What else do I have? I've got some cool stuff. We just filmed the finale of Sorted, and some of the stuff trickled on the internet. I tried to keep most of that under wraps. And then you try to get some work done when you come home. And this is why you can't get work done when you come home. It's me working and my daughter just throwing stuff on my computer while I'm sitting there. And when a 4-year-old starts playing with you, you sort of have to play with it. And when a 4-year-old starts playing with you, you sort of have to play with it. Alyssa's down in Miami. Oh, I can't show you that because that's going to tip it off. You know what I can tell you? I posted this on Instagram. Our baseline car for the East Coast was 01, right? Legit car. Base car for the West Coast, GT500. The base car for the finale, 918. So the fact that we used a 918 as a baseline car should show you how legit the cars were that were there. And the 918, it did all right, but it got smoked by everybody. So that tells you how fast the cars are that were at the finale. There's a fair question. People seem to ask that from time to time. If a car breaks during this sorting, the shooted, sorry, I'm having a stroke. That's what that looks like. If a car breaks during the shooting of sorted, do they get any help with the repair bills? Well, the answer is I would fix something if we broke it. But if you just give us a car and it breaks, like you'll see in the next episode, because the next episode is the hot lap stuff at the track and the winner of the Florida stuff. Now you'll see that cars break. There's going to be cars breaking. Spoiler alert. And most of them break just, or they fail, or they break on their own. And it's not that we do something wrong. Like if Tanner put a car into a wall, like, oh, I tried to drift it because he knows what he's doing. But like, or if Matt or Amelia, or I damaged a car or crashed a car, obviously we would take care of that. But if or if it was our fault, like if a turbo blows while we're driving it, I can't do anything about that. Your turbo blew. I did not that I stepped on the gas too hard. It's people are representing that their car is coming and it's sorted. If I money shift from fifth to second, then that's a different story. I'd probably replace your transmission, or we'll do something to make it right. But if your car fails, that's part of the show. Is like you're telling me your car's not going to fail. I'm telling you what we're going to do with it, and if it doesn't work, everybody's been like super cool about it. Because even some of the guys in California, the cars failed while they were driving. Like we didn't do anything. We didn't even get to step on the gas in the car, and the cars failed on their own. So stuff to keep in mind. It's if I gave somebody my Corvette and it broke, I gave them the Corvette. Like I would expect. I mean, I'm just trying to think, like the Rob Dom situation with my NSX. He parked it, somebody hit it, sort of on him. Or if somebody blew my clutch, sort of on them. Like the kid I gave the car, my NSX to for adventure drives, that car had a brand new clutch. I just spent $6,000 to put a clutch in it, and then he tried to do a burnout and smoked it up. I end up eating it, but such is life. But you take that risk when you give somebody the keys to your car. With the use that we're doing and everything like that, we're doing everything with the owner's okay. So if the owner says don't launch the car, we don't launch the car. I mean, they're there to see either how their car performs. A lot, like I'd say 9 out of 10 people are like, no, totally launch it. Like they want the notoriety. They want their car to look as cool and perform as well as it's capable of doing. So that's why it all works together fairly well. The Boss Garage, what's up, brother? Happy birthday! I hope you're drinking. Happy birthday. This is the first one, I promise. Happy Thanksgiving. You're in Canada, so you don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but cheers. Cheers to you. I hope you still have that. I hope you drank that bottle of Glenfiddich 15 I gave you, but if you didn't, tip one back. It's a good bottle. But yeah, I'm glad everybody seems to be enjoying Sorted. I was hoping that the episodes would have been tied up a little bit quicker, but there's a lot of footage, and the filming in Florida, the guys filming didn't sync things up as they should have. The audio wasn't synced up to the video. The time code wasn't always accurate. Guys would put multiple memory cards in the same camera, and then glad to hear it that the Glen was fantastic. Good bottle. Scoop up some more of that when you get a chance. The guy would put in the same memory card multiple times, or a new memory card, so the files would start at 1 again. So you'd have the same day or the same sort of filming session, and you'd have 2 files with the same exact name, so that when you go render stuff out and put it together, sometimes it pulls the wrong file if it links up and it pulls back to the project file. Just stuff like that was just a headache. But we didn't have that in California. It was a significantly better. What was your fondest or craziest memory from the Super Speeders DVDs way back when? Oh, I don't know. There were so many good ones. I enjoyed a lot of the Bull Run stuff. The police chases, I remember I mean, a lot of stuff is fairly vivid. But then you go back and you think, and you're like, I remember a lot of stuff because I edited it, and it's just like you relive it so many times online. Like the 4GT police chase didn't seem like much at the time, and I was like, you know what, let me just make. I couldn't fit it into the edit because I didn't want to cut it up, so I just left it as a standalone clip. But yeah. Anyway, oh, picture. What is this? I'm putting my thing over here. It's saying picture in picture. I don't know what this is gonna do. I'm afraid I'm not gonna push that button. Uh, oh boy. You know, the good thing about opinions is you're entitled to your own wrong opinion, as is Plumber WRX, who thinks North Jersey is not as good as South Jersey. South Jersey isn't even as good as Philadelphia. Like, I'm not even going to be like South Jersey is better than Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia is better than South Jersey. We can all agree to disagree. I was talking with my buddy Solomon, was down in Florida at the finale, and we were talking about. He's like, everyone's like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm just outside New York City. He's like, I'm just outside of Philadelphia. Nobody likes to say I'm from Jersey. You know, Jersey. Like everybody tries to like put you in a geographic region outside of New Jersey where they're close to. So Tara going. When am I moving out of this apartment? This awesome apartment. I don't even know if you could tell back there. I bought one of the TVs for the house to test it out, and I ended up just leaving it there. But now there's a TV in front of my TV that's on the wall because the TV that's in front of it's bigger. And once you do that and you have this nice big TV there, you don't go back. So, but I am shooting to move into the house on probably like the answer is as soon as it's available. Where we're at now, we've got the um, got the we've got the flooring going in. My floors come this week. My siding is already there. And then once the flooring is in, the cabinets get installed, the fixtures and everything gets installed, the trim gets installed, it gets painted, and then I'm in there. So I'm quite ready for that. Hopefully it's going to be in the next couple of weeks. They did all the mud job, all of my tiles on site, so they're working on that. My basement floor is pretty much in for the most part. The rubber gym floor goes one of the last things I do because it's a pain in the ass to clean. But we're doing all right as far as progress wise. Not in for Thanksgiving, but a lot of that is actually also money. Like if I had because I'm building everything and earning the money and paying for it as I go. If I had all the cash sitting around and I had all of this material just sort of stacked up on property, so as soon as the one guy was ready, I can get in there. It'd probably have been in 2 months ago, but life doesn't really work like that. Zach C. Who wound? Oh, that's a wood. I'm glad you're partaking tonight. Who would you rather have as a host for the next Sorted series? Betty White, The Rock, or Ron Burgundy? Oh, interesting question. I think Ron Burgundy. I'm like big into the. I don't know if Betty White's going to make it to the next season. The Rock, I'm not sure about. And then Ron Burgundy. I like funny people. And Ron Burgundy in character would be a good time. We've got Revelation Flooring Group TV. Need help with flooring? Where were you? Like I've got my flooring is coming tomorrow. Between 11 and 3. I've got the basement floor is coming in. The basement floor I went with tile. And the tile looks like that. So it's coming in. Then I've got they call it like a mosaic carpet or something like that. That's going in between the sauna and the steam room. Rubber floors in the gym. The bathroom's also going to be tile. The drinking room's going to be tile. Upstairs, I went with a 7.5-inch wide plank It's going to be a dark plank, and it's going to be engineered white oak, and that wasn't cheap, but it's nice. It's pre-finished. It's got enough on top that I can take it down once. I can refinish it once. I was looking at doing like an actual just white oak 7.5 inch and then having it stained, and I decided against that. The radiant floors, it's better to go with an engineered wood than it is the actual wood, because otherwise, let's see, it's got to be, I want to say like cut, sawn, and grooved, or something similar to that. But I didn't feel like going through those expenses, and then it was like, guy was charging me $250 a square foot to install it, and another $250 a square foot to stain it. So it's like $5 a square foot on top of the cost of the thing to begin with, and it was just adding up to like 30 grand for my second 2 floors, and I was just not feeling it. So how big is my garage? My garage is a 2-car garage right now. Radiant driveway, yes. I will when I do my. I've got to do my driveway. I've got to build my garage, and I got to do my swimming pool, my greenhouse, my fire pit. All that stuff is going to be phase 2 of the project. Are you going to do a video about how to sell your sorted car? I mean, I guess. I don't really sell cars too often. I keep them. If it's sorted, you wouldn't want to sell it. Terranova says, thought of you the other day. Guy was sending a bottle of Whistle Pig to his fee. F-E. Sending a bottle of Whistle Pig to his friend out east. Got it. Okay, there you finished the thought. Yeah, Whistle Pig's good stuff. Let's take my little Whistle Pig glass here, and my Whistle Pig 12 bespoke blend. Sorted is a great show. Looking forward to watching the full series. Blah blah blah. Subsequent seasons. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Absolutely. Revelation Flooring Group. We are going to nail down. We're going to glue and nail. So, did the HVAC guy ever refund you, or was it just blowing smoke? I never got that money back. But I also didn't go to the cops yet because I was busy, and $1,200 is $1,200. Yeah, I don't know. It's good that the politics stuff is over. That was always fun. I finally got paid out. They were holding the bets. They were holding all action on the election until like the challenges were over, and one of my sponsors, my bookie, who I use to gamble, actually paid out everybody that bet on Biden, and then they said if Trump wins, everybody that lost money on Trump, they will pay them out in credit. So they'll give them like all their full. Actually, no, I think they gave them. That's right. They will pay them out as well. So they'll pay everybody out. But they said that they're going to pay the people. Biden won, but if you paid a bet for Trump, they're giving you credit that you can then spend. So you can rebet. Like it's like, all right, well, we'll just give you like a partial win. Revelation Floor Group TV. So you have someone to install your floors. I do, but if you send me a message, maybe I'll bring you out there, because then I can get multiple people and I can have them work on other stuff. But yes, at the moment I have somebody to work on my floors, but I can always have them like paint, and you can do the floors if that's something we can figure out. Terranova, besides the brakes, do you have any parts of the SLR McLaren, any other parts left from the SLR McLaren? You know, I don't even know what I have. I have a lot of parts, but the brakes are the first thing that come to mind at the SLR. Modified 302, love the sorted series. It's what we need in car shows. That's fun. Why, thank you. That was my idea. I've got like 5 shows like that are just on my list. It just they take money, and I don't want to throw. I mean, the production of this, renting racetracks, like tons of hotel room nights, proper production crew, big time like editing expense, transport. I mean, you name it. You're talking like there's a PA, there's a producer, there like all of this stuff costs money, and I'm happy to do it. And I did it in the past at a lesser extent because I just used Jimbo, and we just hired a couple of local guys, and that was for like the Project Car Challenge and stuff. But to do like proper series like this is not cheap. Um, you can just assume that it's six figures. Let's put it that way. Which is why you guys should support companies like Auto Tempest, H3R Performance, and Shape Solutions, because they make it happen. And when they make it happen, we make fun stuff. Everybody's happy. And it doesn't cost you any money to at least use Auto Tempest. It's great. Totally use them. H3R Performance, that's a no-brainer. Like if you ever have your car catch fire or anything like that, you want to have a fire extinguisher. It's a couple $100. It's cheap and a proper way to protect your car if some shit goes down. And then, yeah, the Bentley wheels are still available, Joe. And then lastly, the Shape Solutions. If you need a carport or you need a garage, I like their offer because their offer is they'll build you the structure. And then if you don't want it anymore, if you're done with it 5-10 years down the road, they'll buy it back from you. And that's cool because why can they do that? It's not like they're going to resell it. They could resell it. I think because it's modular, they can just clean it off and resell it, but they can also, because they're an aluminum production company, they can melt it down and just make something else. Let's see. Oh, and then we have a transport sponsor, which is East West Auto Transport, who helped us out with the finale, but you're not going to see them until later on in the season. Any news on my new daily from Terra Nova? Any thoughts on another cheap Mercedes? So I'm still rocking my Mercedes. I just added more oil. I just took a picture of the bottle and sent it to my buddy because there was an AutoZone that 5 quarts was only $10, so I was pretty happy about that. And that's the last oil I'm going to be putting in the car because that car is going to, Adventure Drives is putting on a birthday party for a friend. And one of those things is he wants to blow up my Mercedes. So I was like, they do that. So he's going to blow up my Mercedes. So we got to get it out to Vegas. We were thinking like helicopter gunship with 50 cal. So it seems like a interesting use of ammunition. Oh, Jeff's here, just eating ice cream. That's good. Hello, Jeff. Happy Thanksgiving. Window tint, slow-mo. What's up, buddy? There's plenty of stuff here. I'm going to probably be on a second drink in a minute. I may end up down in Florida again. Do you know if Auto Tempest is in the UK? I don't. I never looked into that. Why destroy a Mercedes? It's still a good car. Because my buddy wants to destroy it. It's his birthday. That's what we do. Let's see. We got Casey Wobble. Got an LB7 for a shop truck. Wait, stay there. I got an LB7 for a shop truck for company I work for. Old man put gas in it a lot. You already know how this is gonna go. Nice. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. I have the LLY on my Sierra, but yeah, you don't do that. Yeah, but like you know what? I saw a video where they put gas into a diesel engine, and then like once you like it screws around with it, but once you drain it out and put diesel back in, it just sort of works again. So that's usually not bad. How many square feet of engineered flooring? I had 3,500 square feet, I think, or yeah, 3,500 or so square feet of flooring. Somebody said I needed a moderator. Happy Thanksgiving. That's Jeff for you. Is Sorted getting the view count you expected? No, but it'll get there. It's got solid views, and it gets good recurring views. And every time I drop an episode, it gets more and more views inside the first 24 hours. There was a time earlier this year where my video, and it's all about, like, they talk about this YouTube algorithm. I like at the beginning of the year, there was a time where I'd put up anything and it would get 150,000 views in the first day. When I launched Sorted, I was only getting about 35 or 40,000 views in the first day, which is as dead as my channel's been in a long time. But I've been doing a lot of travel. I've been working on my other companies, so I haven't been able to put a lot of attention into making a lot of content for YouTube. So I'd go and make one video a week instead of 4 videos a week, randomly posted. So it's performing very well for when I launched it on the channel. I've got no doubt it's going to do very well. And if you look at the likes, it's just like 12,000 likes to like 30 dislikes. And there's people that'll dislike a baby saving a puppy from getting hit by a car. It's just like, there's going to be a guy out there that's going to dislike that video. So I'm very happy with the response that we've gotten from people who have watched it. Now, next phase is just getting more and more people watching it. And the thing about a series like that is it's great because, like, I'm a guy like Vikings. I can't wait to watch the end of the Vikings series on the history. But I like let them all come out and then I binge watch them. So there's also that sort of behavior that's going to come in. Oh, we got Brandon here. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you. Bottle of Pig. Cheers to you. Brandon was on my Adventure Drives trip. He bought a bottle of Boss Hog, which is cask strength. Now, let me show you here. This is, let's see, it's 86 proof, right? The cask strength stuff was, I think, 120 proof. And Brandon, like most people that bought the Boss Hog, which is it's like $500, $600 a bottle, most of those people brought it home to like have at their house and be like, oh yeah, it's like a nice bottle for the bar. There's a thing when we go to these distilleries and these vineyards and everything like that, people like to buy nice stuff just because it's part of the experience, right? You go to Switzerland, you go to the Panerai factory, you want to walk out with like a nice watch. You can be like, you know what? Every time you look at it, it's a little bit more memorable than if you just scooped it up at the mall. And like going to the liquor store and being like, oh, whatever, I'll take that expensive thing versus buying something when you're getting an experience around it. Brandon was just like, yeah, let's just drink this here. And we like drank the bottle of Boss Hog at the fire pit, which is cool. But like, we didn't need to drink the Boss Hog. Although you know what, that was a memorable experience. And it was also at a phenomenal resort on the cliffs of Maine. It's called the Cliff House. So if you look that up now, I'd even forgive you for like skipping off my stream or opening up another window. The Cliff House in Maine is a pretty boss resort, and I'm excited to go back. Personally love Sorted. It's great for us who modify our vehicles. That's good. See, I think what it sort of teaches you, and I'm not going to spoil it. You'll see. I'm gonna share that the East Coast cars performed better than the West Coast cars against the baseline. Let's put it that way. But that's something to be said. If you spend a lot of money modifying your car and it can't even beat the base car that we have there, that's concerning because you've put all this money into something, possibly even more than the base car cost, and you're not getting the same level of performance or reliability. Fresh 335i, love your videos. I miss the best cop moments. Good days. You miss the best cop moments. There's like 12 hours of best cop moments. It's like there's a lot of it out there. So hopefully you get your fix and you can get it over and over again. Cliff House is a hidden gem. Absolutely. That place is, I love breakfast overlooking the ocean. All good stuff. Joseph Alexander. Hey, Rob, noticed that shirt shipping was delayed while you were filming. Not the complaint. Just curious if you're filming these fulfilling these yourself. No, so the it depends on what you ordered. For the like adventure drive shirts or the limited run shirts, I sell them first because I'll do like 1,000 shirts, and I'll sell them. And if I'm ordering 1,000 shirts on only 1,000 shirts, I can't just select sizes. I don't know how big the individual orders are going to be. For the sorted stuff, we're going to have the tally as to what's been sold, and we're going to order it up, and it's going to get shipped out probably in the next 7 to 10 days. But I have the girl Tiara, who's been helping out on the production. She's been doing the merch for both Super Speeders and Sorted, and she's also was the PA, the production assistant, and then also executive producer at the finale. So she takes care of all of that stuff. So if you send me an email like, where's my shirt or something like that, I sort of send it over to her, and she gets back to you on that. But that's why if they haven't shipped, if they don't ship immediately, it's because of that. But even now, I'm going to order some inventory for the sorted stuff because we're not going to change the design. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. I want to do the Scotland trip so bad. Currently looking at a Cayenne on Bring a Trailer that's pimped out. Pumped out? I think you mean pimped. For Scotland, you don't want to ship a Cayenne to Scotland. You can rent cars in Scotland. Scotland's going to be a good time. It's supposed to be in the end of April. Depending on how these vaccines roll out, we'll still be going there. If we are in Scotland at the end of April, it'll be phenomenal. If not, we're going to reverse it with the fall trip. The fall trip is going to be DC to Nashville, which is great. Tail of the Dragon, all that fun stuff. But if we switch them again, all we've effectively done is delayed the Scotland trip by a year. That's just whether or not we're going to be doing the travel restrictions or no travel restrictions. But I'm looking forward to Scotland. If we go in April, at the end of April, and we're planning on it, we're staying at the Craig Ellicky, which I don't know how many people here. Let's see what time is it. It's deep into the morning in Scotland, Ireland. But if you're from the UK, you probably know the Craig Ellicky. And we're going to be there during the Speyside Whiskey Festival. So, one thing we're good at, we like to drive, we like to drink, and we drive just enough that we have plenty of time to drink, dinner, sober up, do it again the next day. And it's a good time. Imagine, like, if you have a rally that relies on clubs don't start till like midnight. If you have a rally that likes to drive, but then also likes to get places by like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, then you have like 7 p.m. to midnight to drink, and then you get straight like 7 or 8 hours of sleep. Boom, right back at it and having fun again. So that's sort of where we fall in. That's our little niche. Trump 2016, spot on, bro. You got that. Happy Thanksgiving, Rob. Just got my Adventure Drive shirt in the mail yesterday. Sorry for the delay. Glad you got it. Enjoy it. I like these shirts. These shirts are very quality. And I appreciate you guys supporting the company, supporting the brands. And I'm glad you got your shirt. Sorry for any delays in that process. Recommends for a first. And part of the sorted thing was, he was like, yeah, we can get a Golf R as a baseline car. And I was like, yeah, but that's like going to the Olympics and using like Matt Farah's 100 meter as like a baseline. It's not really a baseline, right? And I'm not saying Matt can't run 100 meters very quickly. I'm going to say that. But especially not Olympic level. We're bringing these like Olympic level vehicles to these events. We have to set a high baseline. So that's why. But if I was going to answer your question, I would say the most expensive or the best car you can afford to buy, right? So if you have like a budget of like 45 grand, it's like a 996 turbo. If you got a budget of 80 grand, you can go buy the newest, best performing car that you can afford for your budget. Anthony Williams, greetings from Haskell, New Jersey. Love your content. Work in Teaneck quite frequently. I work in commercial boilers, but I drive Miata back home. That's good. Commercial boilers they're big. There's actually right down the road from me. There's a plumbing supply company on the same block as me on Alfred Avenue in Teaneck. I would tell you to go there and check it out, but the road is so bad you'll probably not make it. Brandon Eater says plenty of time. I don't even know what that means. It must have been in relation to where I was, what I was saying before, but yes, plenty of time. Best Oktoberfest memory. Oh, I don't know. I've been to Oktoberfest 3 times. My worst Oktoberfest memory is I was supposed to be there for my birthday this year, but it sort of got canceled. So that was a little bit of a bummer. And then I went down to DC instead because like my wife didn't want to fly. I still wanted to fly and go somewhere local, but Oktoberfest was canceled. I canceled my flights to Paris. We were going to go Paris, Monaco, Oktoberfest, and probably Switzerland or like the wine region of Italy for like a 7 or 8 night trip with my buddies, and I'm not a fan. All right, Joel Friedman is blowing up the stuff, which I was gonna say, which means Jeff took a nap, but Jeff is there, and he just blocked Joel Friedman. But if Joel Friedman is the same Joel Friedman that was on the Sorted Show, I will answer your question. I'm not a fan of Miatas. There are people that say like it's such a well-balanced car, it's blah blah. It's like Miatas are for people that can't afford sports cars. And there was this is happening. I'm going to share this with you because it's just too good not to share. If it flags a copyright claim, I don't give a crap. And some of you guys may know where I'm going with this. There we go.
And, I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Greg. One fateful night, I got behind the wheel of my brand.
You said you had a sports car. That's cool, but what kind?
It was a Miata.
Oh, come on. That's not a sports car. How does that even kill a kid? What'd you hit her over the head with it?
That's a legitimate sports car.
No, next.
Yeah. So that's essentially what I think of Miatas. Thanks for bringing it up. William Olmeyer, good to see you. I can't think of anything witty to say because I'm so blitzed. Happy Thanksgiving from Wichita. Cheers. You know what? That's just as good. Cheers to you, buddy. I'll give you a little clink. Let's see. But like, if anything describes Miata in 30 seconds, that's it. And before the copyright strike, I can't be breaking. There's just Rogan would disagree with you on the Miata. Yeah, but you know what? I'd fight Rogan over that. He'd beat my ass. But either way, Miatas are slow, like particularly slow. So like to have a car, like here's my definition of a sports car. If it doesn't do 150 miles an hour, not a sports car. The BRZs, all these bullshit cars, like that's like it's sporty, but it doesn't do 150 miles an hour. It's not a sports car. Who's the better driver, me or Bolian? I have no idea. I've never raced Bolian. I don't know how well of a driver he is. I got picked up by Bolian. Thanks for bringing it up. I got picked up by Bolian when I went down to VinWiki a couple of weeks ago. Let's see. It should still be fairly recent in my camera roll. Yep.
You may have all of it.
He picked me up in his blue Lambo, and we ran out of gas on the way back from the airport.
Sanitizer. Enjoy that.
That was, I think that's after we walked to a gas station on the side of the road. So we pulled off the highway, ran out of gas, tried to push the car uphill, couldn't make it uphill. So we ended up walking to a gas station, buying a gas can, bringing some gas back, and driving to a gas station. Shrewd negotiating with the gas tank. No, we just paid for the gas, or he paid for it. Bought me dinner. We did some stories. Good times. I always enjoy going and hanging out with Ed, though. You think Ed is probably like me. There's guys that are like hyper competitive, and then there's guys that just go out and have fun. I'm the guy who goes out and has fun. I was at Michelin had an event, and like I don't think of myself as like a 10/10 driver. I'm like I keep it like I have an idea where the limits are, but I get close to them without like being at that line. Like I'm not a professional driver. And when I went to the Michelin event, I think I placed like third or fourth in all like YouTubers and everything. I got beat by both Jenners, Brody and whoever else, but they've got nothing to live for because they're just rich. But I beat like every YouTuber out there. So like I was the fastest, and I didn't even. I'm like, oh, I left time on the table. I could have been faster, but I laid down the fastest time of anyone there, and I was like, oh, okay, that. I didn't expect it. There was, I think the lap was only like the fastest lap was like 48 seconds. I was like 49, but a lot of the people were like 53 to 55 seconds. So if that shows how fast I can drive a car that's not that fast without crashing it, there you go. Yeah, no, I don't care about the clout. I really genuinely don't give a shit. I like the fact that I get to do this and have fun and like make these shows like sorted and other stuff is the like it doesn't get any better than that. It's like I get to be a professional man child, and you can't really argue with that. There's a lot of people that care about the clout. They edit stuff so that makes them look like a champion. If I drive like shit, I'm gonna post up me driving like shit. If I do something that breaks something, I'm gonna post up. I went off track. I did this. I did that. I'm not overly concerned with I'm not getting paid to be a professional driver. I've got no expectation. I'm not going to put forth the illusion that I am a professional driver. But I've driven a 2,400 horsepower Viper at 100% throttle. I've like done a bunch of crazy stuff. I have not crashed a Koenigsegg. So like I don't know where that puts me, but in the world of stuff, but I can go out and have a good time and be pretty confident that I'll bring the car back to the pits or to the owner or back to my garage in one piece without being damaged. Terranova, would you say practicing on the track all those years in the vet helps? I didn't do as much track driving in the vet as you think. A lot of the track driving I did was in my rental cars when I did I had the Dream Car Sprint and the Dream Car Dash. So I was always rocking around in Lambos and Ferraris and everything on the track. And that was pretty much where I sort of dialed it in. But even then, like, am I dialing it in? I'm always running it at the limit. Not at the limit because A, I'm either giving somebody a ride or just going around for fun for myself to check the track. But like when you're giving somebody a ride, you don't have to be at the limit to essentially give somebody a good experience. You can just go 7 or 8 tenths and people like holding on to anything that they possibly can and having a good time. Somebody, I just see this CLM Viper. If you are a midget, I still love you. Somebody get that guy a midget. Brandon says, oh, he's talking to Brandon. I'm 6'9". I'm not 6'9". Not even close. Not even going to pretend. I like watching Jeff put you in your place. Braxton Downs. What's up, Braxton? From Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Braxton was one of the contest winners. I definitely don't exploit the contest winners as much as I should. Because like I always do these like giveaways and everything like that, and then these people come and get these experiences, and I'm like, look, everybody, somebody was there, they won. Braxton is a perfect example of somebody who won. And funny story about Braxton. Braxton, and I don't know if it was him or Preet, who was the other guy from, I want to say like Estonia or something. It was one of those like not Scandinavian countries, but like up by like Russia. And one of them damaged their car that I had under my name. And I was like, whatever, it's under my name. I'll just make my insurance claim on my credit card. And ultimately, he was from Estonia, yep. And they damaged the car. They sent me a bill for like $4,000. I'm like, no, I got the insurance for these guys just in case they damaged the car. Like $4,500 deductible. Come on. So I put it through on my insurance, on my not my personal insurance, but my credit card insurance, because that doesn't hold it against me. And since I had my wheel that they were claiming was like $1,700 for a damaged wheel, which I damaged, I admit it. They ended up like denying it, thinking it was like a duplicate claim. And I was just too lazy to like, no. I told them once, I'm like, no, I rented 2 cars and I damaged both of them, because that's what happened. And ultimately they dismissed that claim. They didn't reopen it. And then now I'm in like collections from 6th. I'm like, eventually I'll just send it back over to my credit card and let them deal with it. But very much like you're talking, they did $700 worth of damage in an M4, and they're chasing me down for over $4,000, like $4,300. Like their deductible is like $4,500, and then they push it right to the limit of their deductible, which is absurd. Part Italian. Shavam's last name is Patel. No, Shavam's last name is Parikh, Parikh. And I can tell you that because everybody who's Indian, his last name is Parikh. Let's see. Nice. I'm trying to think. I'm like skimming through. Oh, Shivam Patel. That makes it. New house by Christmas is the goal. Let's put it this way. I'm not putting one Christmas light, one stocking, or one Christmas tree in this apartment. Shivam does still have the GT3 with the Michigan plates, yes. Enjoying Sorted. Is that the Viper's insane? Is it sorted? Love from Greenwich. Well, you're about to find out in the next episode, ideally sometime tomorrow, whether that Viper is sorted or not. Let's see. Cannon Sloan says, I aspire to drink whiskey and drive like a jackass. One crime at a time, as long as you do them separately. I support that. It'll be a nice Christmas present for myself. Yeah, it's been like 4 years to build the house, and it was 3 years of fighting with my neighbors and 1 year of actually building it. Jeff says, Anna and I will be in Jersey tomorrow. That's like fourth wall. Come say what's up. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. But let's see what else we got. I've got 55 minutes. Perfect. I'm gonna wrap this up in 5. Love the 135i, very underrated car, just a maintenance nightmare. Yeah, that guy seemed to not like his own car too much. He seems to spend a lot of money on it. Oh yeah, that's an excellent question. Do I still have the Freak Baby Donk, or did I sell it? I still have it. So if you want to, let me know. I'll start posting videos on that. Sorry, I'm reading multiple comments at the same time. Still go with. Oh, we're having a conversation. Here? What do you mean here? Like I'm not even gonna respond to your text because you're watching this. My house is fine. Englewood is fine. Whatever you want. Joel Friedman. Sorry about before. Joel Friedman. I think Joel. Are you the same Joel Friedman that's on the show coming up next week? So no, you're not. Different Joel Friedman. All right, you're dead to me. Thank you for apologizing for your spam though, because Jeff timed you out. Adventure Drive rental car depends where you're going. Europe is cheaper generally for rental cars than the U.S., but you can always get a solid car for like $1,500 that will get along on the trip. Corvette, Porsche, something like that. If a car catches on fire, who pays for the damages in the rental? Nice use of caps. It depends on what happens. If it catches fire because of your neglect, then you pay for it. If it catches fire because the car just caught fire, it goes on my insurance or I eat it. Plumber WRX back again. Hey Rob, North Jersey sucks. It's been an hour. Still better than look. I'm not gonna defend North Jersey because it's a big area. Like Newark sucks. There's a lot of places up here that suck, but I'm happy with where I am. I'm in the National Historic District, and I'm very close to New York City. Like I enjoy everything about where I live. But what I can say is that it's better than South Jersey. South Jersey, you have farmland, or you have not Philadelphia. That's it. All of Jersey sucks. Brandon, you're from Yonkers. Yonkers is lucky that Staten Island exists. Let's put it that way. Because if Staten Island didn't exist, Yonkers would take the shit. Oh, that's nice. Tara says, maybe it's the vodka making me gushy. But I just want to thank you for taking the time out to talk with us this holiday. Please enjoy the time with your family. I did that all day. Now I spend time with you guys and have a drink. Brandon says rip, which means he accepts his fate that Yonkers is one notch above Staten Island on the list of places nobody in New York wants to claim they're from. Let's see. Would I consider an 02 Eclipse GT a sports car? Not really. It's a sporty car. It's legit. Like if your sports car can't do 150 miles an hour from the factory, it is not a sports car, right? Like minivan, Jeep. You could make a dumpster do 150 miles an hour with a jet engine on the back, but if it doesn't out of the factory with a warranty do 150 miles an hour down the street, not a sports car. Because even like a Ford or a Mercedes does 155 miles an hour. A guy from Yonkers has the stones to bust on New Jersey. I love it. Brandon's taking a lick in here. The Yonkers, I don't know. Yonkers, it's funny because Yonkers, every time I pull something up like on Facebook Marketplace, Yonkers is so close to me. It's right across the river. It's like 3 miles as the crow flies. But to get there is a pain in the ass. And I've never have found a valid reason other than Frank Pepe's Pizza to go to Yonkers. Yeah, all right. We crossed the hour. We can start wrapping this up. All right, guys. I've had some fun. I'm thanking you all for joining me. I'm yeah. So we'll call it a night here. Thank you very much for joining. Enjoy the rest of your night. I lost big on the Lions today, but other than that, it had a pretty decent Thanksgiving. Other than people dumping garbage at my house, but a lot of the garbage that they dumped was bottles and cans, and I get 5 cents each for those. Just kidding. It's going right in my dumpster. But I will wear some gloves on that, and I'm going to try to catch them because I don't like when people do that. I don't like people taking advantage of my situation, which is knowing that nobody's home and not expecting that there's cameras up. But fast forward, I'm going to probably try to put up a gate at the end of my property so people can't just pull on in the future. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Whistle Pig, for both the glasses and the beverages. And I will see you guys. I got shorter. You know how short I am? Yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. What is that? Legion Z FPV. Happy Thanksgiving. Love the videos. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. If you're, hopefully everybody's staying home. Hopefully you all had a good Thanksgiving. I appreciate you guys all tuning in and joining me for a drink or just to listen to me banter about nonsense. Jeff and Anna, I'll see you tomorrow. And to the rest of you guys, until next time.